The true purpose of education is not just to create scholars, but to nurture compassionate, courageous, and responsible human beings. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed teachers, proud parents, and my dear fellow students, a very warm and pleasant evening to one and all. It's indeed a moment of great honor and privilege for all of us to welcome our chief guest for today, Padma Shri Dr. Shanta Sinha, an eminent educationist, renowned social activist, and a tireless champion of child rights. Dr. Shanta Sinha is one of India's foremost crusaders against child labor and a pioneer in the field of universal education. As the founder secretary trustee of the Mamidipudi Venkatarangaya Foundation, she has played a pivotal role in liberating more than 2 lakhs of children from child labor and bringing them into the mainstream of education, transforming thousands of villages across combined Andhra Pradesh and beyond. She served with distinction as the first chairperson of the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of India, where her visionary leadership significantly strengthened child protection policies and educational reforms at the national level. Her exceptional contributions have been recognized with several prestigious honors, including the Padma Shri, the Raman Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership, which is considered as a Nobel Prize of Asia, and also the Albert Shankar International Award, among many others, each reflecting her lifelong dedication to children's welfare and social justice. An accomplished academician and professor of political science at the University of Hyderabad, Dr. Shanta Sinha seamlessly blends scholarship with grassroots activism, inspiring generations to believe in the power of education as the strongest instrument of social change. We feel truly privileged to have such a distinguished personality in our midst today. On behalf of Sister Nivedita Senior Secondary School, I extend a heartfelt and respectful welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Shanta Sinha. We welcome you, ma'am, with great respect and admiration.
Good evening. I'm so happy to be here, especially because we have the chairman of Sister Nivedita School, Sri Velsala Kondalrao Garu here on this occasion. He is the spirit behind the Nivedita School, and I've heard from his daughter that he is in the school every day in the morning and stays there. Looks like the spirit behind what all we have heard about Nivedita School so far. I must thank him for coming here and giving me the opportunity to actually see him, and I hope to meet him after today. Mr. Sudhakar Rao Garu, Prasanna Kumar, Ramadevi Garu, Harihara Prasad Garu, Lalita Kumari, teachers, staff, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, and of course children. Good evening to each one of you. My congratulations to the achievers and to all those who participated in the events of Nivedita School. As the principal herself says, it's not who stands first. One need not compare. One will just have to be participating and enjoy the factor of participating. I think that is what is very, very important. I really do not want to take much of your time. As Prasanna Kumar Garu had just mentioned, when I was a student, I never liked chief guests. I never liked their lectures. I was always waiting for them to go, then I can see my friends participate. You know, it is so cruel to ask you to listen to my speech when you're actually waiting for your children performing. I have only two things to tell you. This is, when I meant you, I meant the parents. Because I am reminded of my own children and what they did as parents of primary school. And I can never forget that scene before me. In the morning between 7 and 8, the house is like a civil war zone. The mother is packing her lunch. The father is saying, where is his homework book? Then the mother says, I told you to take care of your shoes and your socks. Why is it not there? Then there is a search for the school belt. Then the school badge is missing. And in fact, every day this routine goes on in the house. The mother, the father, the son, the daughter, forever contesting. And after the school children leave in the auto rickshaw or in the school bus, you should see the parents. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They say, Hammaya. You know, I'm glad these children are out in school. We've packed them. We've put them in school. And once they go to school, it is your 1 hour of packing them to school is only 1 hour. Then it is the school that takes care of them for 6 hours. I don't care what they do in school, but my duty is over. It is for the school to take care of them. And then we hear stories that were shown in the PowerPoint on how they prepare them as good citizens, as citizens of the school, of citizens of the Telangana state, as citizens of India, and the entire responsibility is of Nivedita School, the principal, the staff, the teachers, and all of them to prepare these children for a life of good capabilities, good functioning. And I must congratulate the school for matching the parents and their condition in the morning to what you have done. This is the one point. Just one more point, and then I will leave you with your children. This is a very different thing. I mean, Prasanna Kumar had also mentioned about you. This is actually the hazard of screen time. You know, to relieve us also, sometimes we take shortcuts. We allow children to watch the phones, to watch the TV, which is not so harmful, but to watch the iPads. And let me tell you, you must actually know what the hazards are for the child on what is happening to them during free time. I will not tell you. If you do a Google search, which I did before I came here, on what happens to children when they look at the screen, please, each one of you, the parents, please look at the Google. Look at the kind of hazards that are happening to children and what they will become when they grow up. And why even wait till they grow up? What will happen to their memory? What will happen to their staying capacity? What will happen to their behavior? What will happen to their anxiety? And let me tell you, this screen time must not be there. Actually, one of the teachers in the book of the annual report had already mentioned it, that you cannot allow for more than 1 hour of screen time. And even that to be monitored, where you will have to sit with the child when they are watching this, and you show them what you think is what they have to see. Let us not take shortcuts. Let us not fall prey to the soft media. And I think this will be something so harmful that this addiction can cause innumerable damage to children. All that the school will do for the child will be negated once they go back home to watch the screen. And I'm sure the school does not allow mobile phones, does not allow screen. And I'm sure that you are also not like that. But this is just to remind you that please don't use the mobile phones, the iPads, and whatever. Spend time, as again Prasanna Kumar says, quality time with your child. We were given quality time. I mean, like he says, you can in fact do innumerable things with your children. And Here, what is important is, while you give love to children, you give respect to them, you treat them as equal to you. I always thought there was a power relation between the adult and the child. When I say there is a power relation, it expresses itself in a way that the adult can scold the child can't scold the adult. Adult can beat up the child can't beat up the adult. Just like how there is a power relation between a man and a woman under patriarchal society, there is certainly a power relation between the parent and the child, between the adult and the child, in fact between the teacher and the child also. And unless this is corrected, unless we are conscious of it, unless we treat them as equal human beings, childhood would not be enjoyed. So let's give our children childhood, good memories, to become good adults, and in fact to serve the nation and serve the democracy in India. Thank you.